the ring. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, a little low in my seat. Welcome to week 1 of ECAC, Post-University versus Hanover College. I'm Frisco. It's good to be back. Starting the Smash season off nice and strong. Well, hope everyone's doing well tonight. As I said, we're going to be getting Post-University versus Hanover College. And tonight, when it comes to Post, we're going to be seeing, of course, are we going right into it? Oh, we're going right into it. Apologies. Here we go. So starting off first for Post-University is going to be Biohazard. Probably on Mii Swordfighter, more than likely is my assumption. But we will see. Not quite sure who Hanover College is sending in, but it looks like Wii Fit Trainer. So this is a very odd matchup, and both of these characters are a bit more rare on the side of any sort of competitive play. Though I will say Mii Swordfighter does have an upward swing in competitive momentum in some ways, just because of a lot of the 0 to deaths that have been found with the up B and the confirms that you can get off that. Primary things that Bio is going to have to watch out for are going to be Sun Salutation and the general buffs that come with that on Mii Swordfighter. Mii Swordfighter has very, very weird hitboxes. It can spike from very weird angles of the moves. Already seeing 91% on Bio right now. Ooh, low recovery and going to miss with that down air. Those are going to be situations to be very careful of, because then you put yourself in a really bad disadvantage sometimes when you're off stage like that. Fair's going to catch the jump. Trying to catch the landing with the side B. We're going to be a little too far off stage in order to catch that. Up air is going to get countered, but not going to get the connection. And the neutral B is going to take out the side B. We're going to get grabbed right there. Thrown off stage to the forward throw. Almost enough to kill. Good side B to get over and the neutral B. Yeah, a lot of these side Bs, Bio's going to have to take, a little bit more patience instead of throwing out these side Bs. They're really good for covering a lot of space really quickly. What? That is the power of Sun Salutation. Such high amounts of damage in such a small period of time. These side Bs are going to be a big problem for Bio to be throwing out so much. You have to be very careful, a lot more deliberate with what attacks you swing with. Going to catch the landing with a grab. Good counter. Jumping over neutral B. And we can see that this Wii Fit Trainer really likes playing the side of the stage with the neutral B. So it's really a matter of how are you going to approach Wii Fit Trainer. Are you going to jump over? Or are you going to shield? Every so often, Eevee should probably run up and shield. Bio rather. But that neutral B is going to take the stock, putting Post down to 9, while Hanover still remains at 12, putting Hanover at a very strong lead right now. Now, for anybody who isn't so familiar with how these crew battle formats go, there are going to be 4 players on each team tonight, and each player is going to have 3 stocks dedicated to them. So, for example, Bio has lost all 3 stocks. So if you see on the top left, Post is down to 9, while Hanover still remains at 12 because they did not lose any stocks. The first team to lose their stock pool loses that round, and the point goes to the other team. And then we repeat it as a best 2 of 3. And right now, what we're seeing is the teams are going through a stage ban right now. So at the very first match of each round, we only have starters available. So in the background, everybody was doing stage picks where, since Post is playing home tonight, they initially banned Pokemon Stadium 2, and then Hanover banned Smashville and Town and City. Are those starters? Yes, they are. And so that left Post to pick Small Battlefield. So all of that was on the starters list of everything. Now that we're past the first match of the round, we have full access to all of the stages, including me. Hello. But right now, so the bans are going to be let's see. Oh, so Hanover banned Battlefield, Final Destination, Town and City, and Post picks Small Battlefield. And up next is going to be Shadow. This is going to be their returning season. I don't believe Shadow was around last season. And I think, yeah, they're back. It's going to be on the Pyra Mythra most likely tonight. Yeah, I'm the Frisco stage. There was DLC while everybody was gone for the past couple seasons. Pick the Frisco stage every time. Come on. You get to play with a guitar in the background, a Cricut printer and some stuff, you know. Fun times. You just jump. It's like Pokey Floats almost. Do you remember Pokey Floats? I miss that stage so much. I would really love to see Pokey Floats come to Ultimate at some point. It's not going to happen, though. We'll get another Smash game. Whatever Smash game you get in the future, better have Pokey Floats or I Riot. And here we go. Going to be Shadow on Pyra Mythra versus Wii Fit Trainer. Here we go. I will say Pyra will have a very strong advantage in this just because of the movement speed. Not to say that Wii Fit Trainer doesn't have good movement. She definitely does. But it's a matter of, you know, Mythra is just way faster with a much stronger disjoint. Whereas Wii Fit really does want to play the away game and going to catch the air dodge down with that F smash. You have to be very careful how you land in these matchups because Wii Fit Trainer does have very strong hits and can kill very early, especially with deep breathing and whatnot. I think I was calling the deep breathing Sun Salutation before. Deep breathing is a buff that Wii Fit Trainer can apply to themselves. Sun Salutation is the neutral B move that we're seeing right now. Apologies for that. And as you can see, that volleyball can be hit multiple times by Wii Fit Trainer as it's going around the stage. You have to be very careful at what angle it approaches at, and already the percentage is way too much for Shadow to deal with right now. Needs to work the game plan a little bit more smoothly. Using the down air there. That back air is going to clack on shield. That side B will actually be very strong in getting rid of volleyball. I would say that side B could be used a little bit more. As we can see right there, volleyball not able to go beyond that side B. Going to catch a jump with fair. Roll out. Nice quick jab. Ooh. Oh, and there's the B reverse. They land into the Sun Salutation. Ooh, the low profile. Not able to hit with that fair. Landing into the side B right now. And there's the shield break into the up smash charge, and that is going to be another 3 stock on Post. Post down to 6. And Hanover still at 12. Wii Fit is putting in the work right now. So Wii Fit as a character, relatively strong character, very, you know, it's not like they have any disadvantages per se when it comes to stages. Sure, they have Sun Salutation, and with that, when they have a charging neutral B, they tend to have some advantages on longer stages. They can be, the Pokemon Stadium 2 is going to be the longest stage in the game. They also have some advantages on hiding under side platforms, such as on Pokemon Stadium 2 or in Small Battlefield and things of that sort. But I wouldn't say you necessarily play Wii Fit Trainer as like the campiest character ever. You don't necessarily have to, though it does help that with volleyball as well. What you really take Wii... Well, I guess we're going to find out in 2 seconds. We are going to be getting Wildfire next on the Piranha Plant. And I do think that this is going to be a bit of a tough matchup for Piranha Plant. Volleyball and Sun Salutation are going to be very difficult for Piranha Plant to really kind of get in on. Piranha Plant is a character, really likes to set up traps and have people approach Plant themselves. When the other character doesn't have to do that, it becomes very tricky for Piranha Plant to set up a general game plan. Though, Wildfire has come out swinging in a lot of these kinds of matchups that we wouldn't expect necessarily. It's really a matter of how well can you use Patui as a neutral tool versus a trap tool. On it. I will say, this Wii Fit has been catching so many landings with smash attacks. Just very aware that that's the most vulnerable people are in this game. And that's where we've seen a lot of stocks get taken. So Post in general needs to pay very much attention on where they're landing on the stage. Good shield. Lingering Patui. Trying to catch the jump, but not going to actually fall for the jump. Volleyball. Good low recovery. Patui's going to get snuffed out by Sun Salutation. We're not going to catch the roll in. There we go. Gonna knock Wildfire right off stage. And then Volleyball is going to catch Wildfire when they're least expecting it. The smash not going to come out, and that's going to get punished by that back air. Dash attack going to get popped up. Not going to fall for the jump. Tilt. Send Wildfire right back off stage. Air dodge down. Ooh. Dash attack there probably would have been able to get something a bit more sneaky going. It seems Wildfire really wants these grabs, and I actually agree. I probably would be going for a lot more grabs at this point, but this Wii Fit is really staying just out of range of Piranha Plant's smaller grab. Dash attack for the pop-up, but it's going to be the weak hit. And roll in. High recovery. If you're very careful how you ran, how you run. Not going to get the berry. The keep away game is so ridiculous right now. Good throw into the up throw. But at 112%, Wildfire is playing at a really big deficit right now. I will say, just having the stock count be the same will be a benefit to Wildfire to some extent. Oh, but now that the stock lead is in Wii Fit's trainer, Wildfire does need to do a lot of work to really bring Piranha Plant's, I'll say, lack of neutral game to them. It's just difficult. Into the up tilt. Ooh. Yeah, gonna catch the landing right there. Good throw. Into up throw. I'd probably opt for forward throws to try and get them off stage and then maybe get a sneaky down air at some point. Forward throw again. Yep. Off stage. 151 on Piranha. Wildfire really needs to dig deep right now. And the neutral B is going to take it, putting Post down to their last 3 stocks. And Hanover down to 11. And this is where Post especially needs to switch something up. Down to the last 3 stocks for the round. Hanover still at 11 right now. Coming in for Post is going to be Astro. We have seen Astro do some miracle work in the past for, certain matchups, though this is definitely some of the most uphill of battles ever. So coming from the stage bands, we do have Battlefield, Final Destination, and Town and City coming from Hanover. And of course, we're going to be going to Smashville, Astro being an Incineroar player. Incineroar loves small stages. And Smashville and Hollow Bastion being the 2 of the smallest stages in the game work really well for Astro. It can be a double-edged sword, though. Mii Swordfighter, Wii Fit Trainer can use that middle platform to an advantage, especially with the projectile play and being able to navigate around that middle platform as a primary movement option. Though at the same time, the dual plant situation hasn't been really working well for post. I do believe this is still the right move. Incineroar being a little closer to Wii Fit Trainer in the grand scheme of things will, I believe, work out well for Astro. And so, here we go.
3, 2, 1, go!
So Astro is still going to have to do a little bit of patience work in this. Wii Fit Trainer is going to be the more mobile character in general, and being able to get around projectiles and a stronger movement game will be something that Incineroar just needs to be super careful about. Especially with the recovery that Incineroar has. Be very careful about how you want to recover. Dash tanks to catch the landing right there. Very good, very good. Down tilts at ledge. Down tilt. Oh, and that's another thing. You can actually clank with volleyball and knock it away if you have your timings down. So to be very careful, though. Oh, and the berry from the jab into F smash. Percentages looking pretty even right now. Oh, and F tilting the wrong way. Gonna get punished for that, sending Incineroar right back off stage. Dash attack for the pop-up. Not gonna jump, opting for a low recovery again. Using volleyball to do an aggressive recovery. Good revenge on line. Stalling out a little bit at ledge. Here's some patience. Down tilts at ledge, but that up air is going to be aggressive from the ledge. Astro's not going to be able to see that, and that's going to be the stock. Back throw. Not quite enough for the kill. Good down tilt, but not... Oh, there's the F tilt, though. A little delayed on the F tilt, but it's going to work out for Astro. Only one more stock needed on this Wii Fit right now. Oh, wow. That landing aerial into up tilt. I can't believe that they were able to get that going. 78% on Astro. Into a back air. Really nice turnaround. Oh, no, No! Astro definitely did not want to go off stage. That was a misinput if I ever saw one. And not able to get the turnaround on the up B. Astro is really going to be feeling that one. There. Side B. Not going to be quite enough to get the kill on yet. One more of those at end of stage should be good to go. Good patience, but I will say, though, ripping the F tilt a little too early. Side B. Oh, no. Stalling with deep breathing. And the F tilt is going to get the stock, putting Post University down to 1. And Hanover down to 9. Astro has one stock to work with through these 9s. Let's see how deep Astro can go. And here's the problem, though. And we talk about this every year with Incineroar. Astro does some great work with Incineroar, but Incineroar as a character does have a lot of flaws in this game, especially in a crew battle situation such as this. You are essentially guaranteed to get counterpicked every single time when it comes to the stage listing. Incineroar loves Smashville and Hollow Bastion, and generally smaller stages. Incineroar also likes things like Small Battlefield and whatnot. But at this point, what happens is Post performs their bans, so most likely we see Astro, I'm going to make a guess, bans Kalos, bans Final Destination, bans either Battlefield or Town City. Let's see, me personally, I'd ban PS2 if I was him, but I know how he kind of picks a little bit. I'm going to guess they banned Kalos, Final Destination, Town and City. I'm going to guess that. FD, Kalos, Town. Yep. Yeah, I was right. So now the pick is on Hollow Bastion, which I'm actually surprised about. Oh, that makes sense now. We're on a Hollow Bastion, which is a great Incineroar stage, but we are going against Kazuya Mishima, who also loves Hollow Bastion. And honestly, Kazuya might have the advantage on a stage like this. But we will see. Incineroar hits hard. They're both grappler-type characters. But Kazuya does have the 0 to deaths and a stronger recovery. And here comes the God Fists coming out right now. 48% on Incineroar and only 32 on Kazuya. There, off the ledge. Yep, and that is going to be a good punish on the re-grab. Oh, and then the aggressive side beat a ledge into... that's not the turbine. Yeah, the down air. That's going to be just enough to kill off the ledge. And the first round goes to Hanover. 1-0 over Post. And now we go back to the beginning of the round, 12 to 12. 4 players for each side once again. And so now we start from the beginning. Post has to really switch up what they're doing right now. I will say Post does have to switch it up. We will see, though. Now, when it comes to the beginning of each round, we only have access to the starters. So, we have access to Small Battlefield, this way. Smashville, Pokemon Stadium 2, Town and City, Battlefield. That's what we have access to right now. And so, I think because it's home team, I think Post bans again, though it might be based off who won the round. Okay, no. Now they ban, because Hanover won, they ban 1 from the starters list. And then Post bans 2, and then Hanover gets to pick the stage that they want to play on. Now, if I'm Post, thinking about this... I mean, I'd probably avoid more polarizing stages. Me personally, I know everybody likes to play on Pokemon Stadium 2 because it's a very hype stage. I think Pokemon Stadium 2 is a very polarizing stage for a lot of characters. I tend, like, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but I tend to avoid it as like a starter at this point in the game. It just feels as though you are bound to find a character who can take advantage of the long stage decently well. And I tend to avoid it in order to opt for stages like Small Battlefield, which is a little smaller, something more neutral. I guess like Battlefield, though Battlefield can be a little iffy when it comes to zoners. They can hide under stuff. I think Town and City is relatively even, just because, sure, it's Final Destination, but it's only Final Destination half the time. And so you can use platforms to your advantage on that. I don't know, but in general, I think Pokemon Stadium 2, and especially Smashville 2, are very polarizing stages depending on who you bring there. And so, we are going with Small Battlefield, which is, I think, a very good neutral stage for a lot of characters. And we are getting... Are we getting Bio off the start again? I thought we were getting, Applesauce off the start. Well, in this case, we're getting Mii Swordfighter versus Kazuya Mishima. You have to be very careful how you approach Kazuya. You can kind of reason that as Mii Swordfighter, you might not want to approach at all. Because if you approach and you whiff, Kazuya's going to punish you. So sometimes you're probably better off just throwing Tornado and staying your distance. Fair. Oh, not able to get the catch on the forward air. Ooh, not able to get the punish on shield. Side B. Oh. Actually, that's very smart, being in the air. I'd rather be in the air and get hit by that side B than be on the ground and get the collapse going. Ooh, good side B. Oh my, that almost killed actually. But now Rage Drive is online. Bio needs to be very careful how they approach Kazuya. If Kazuya hits the Rage Drive, it is going to be such an early kill. Oh no. Yep, and there's the recovery. Here comes the... Yep. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. Side B, going to get the pop-up. Rage Drive is still online. A little bit more damage, though, and it's probably going to be gone. Yep, Rage Drive is gone. I actually like that understage recovery, but that back air is going to snuff out the stock. Oh, no. Here comes the God Fists. Oh, no, no, recovering a little too low. I don't know if the jump was burned or maybe they used the up B a little too early for the jump. And there comes the stock. I will say that was probably worth the stock for Hanover at that point, just getting it done over and quick. No, I don't know, because it's still... Losing that stock still hurts Hanover. I don't know how I feel about those SDs sometimes. I get it, though. Now it's a 2-stock difference between Post and Hanover Eagles at 9 and Hanover at 2. So now Post has to really think about what they want to do to prevent Kazuya from getting a flow going. Kazuya tends to work better on flatter stages, and we are seeing bans going to be Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, and Small Battlefield. Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, and Small Battlefield. Battlefield, Pokemon Stadium 2, and Small Battlefield. Against Kazuya? The Frisco stage is the obvious pick. But against him, I'd probably go Pokemon Stadium 2, to be honest. Make it a longer stage, make it something that Kazuya has to work a little harder in order to get in. You at least have a couple platforms to work with. You don't want to really bring Kazuya to a completely flat stage, unless you're a specific kind of character that's coming in, like a zoner or something. Sometimes, you know, you can make flat stages work to your benefit against characters like Kazuya. In theory, Battlefield would probably be your best pick, but it's not on the map right now just because of the ban. I would probably say Pokemon Stadium 2 would be the safest bet of the current stages. You might be able to reason Kalos if you can play those side platforms well enough, but if you can't, you are essentially bringing Kazuya to Final Destination, which is not good. Kazuya loves flat stages. He will. Not to say he can't work platforms. He is a surprisingly mobile character for his archetype, but I would say bring as much verticality as you can against Kazuya. Pokemon Stadium 2 is probably the suggestion I would make. Instead, we are getting Smashville. Now, does that make sense to me? We are getting Shadow coming in. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this stage pick for Shadow. I would, in my head, I think... Well, I guess it depends. It's one of those deals where, in my head, use Pokemon Stadium 2, bigger stage, let Mythra move around. Let Mythra be the character that is going to stay away from Kazuya. Be the character that's, you know, going to really work the punishment game at that point. Let Kazuya more so come to you versus you go to Kazuya. You can't really do that as well on Smashville. It's a much smaller stage. You're a lot closer to your other opposing character. Though, I will say there is a chance that Shadow might be playing Pyra a bit more heavy, which if that's the case, you can make that work because Pyra can hit incredibly hard. Debatably harder than Kazuya in some circumstances. But again, you gotta be careful. Kazuya just can kill you at, depending on what movie we're talking about, kill you so early. Though Aegis will have a more stable neutral than Kazuya in general. Just due to the nature of this game and how kind of swords work and just general movement. Ooh, good job catching that and air dodge down with the up smash. Fair, that's not going to be safe on shield. Not getting punished for that, though, quite off the start. this is going to really boil down to whoever can control the area below the platform. If you are holding that area in good effect, then you are probably winning this match. If you are being pressured to the sides of the stage way more often, you are probably going to be losing this matchup. Oh, that was a very... Ooh, good parry. Fair. And that the jump was burned. Good dash attack catching the landing. And that's going to be an early kill. Well, not early, but still, that's going to be a very strong kill. 122% on Pyra, though. Got to be very careful. Still got to get the neutral game going. And that armor is going to power right through that little hit of Mythra's. Going to kill right up the top with that up smash. Here comes the God Fist. Going to get the wrong... Going to get a turnaround on that, though. And that's going to miss the follow-up on that platform. Having that such a big nair is such a good benefit. Is the jump burned? Yep, the jump was burned, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, the lingering hit of up smash. Gonna get the hit. Prominence Revolt on the up hit. Oh, the God Fist's coming out into up smash. Not quite enough to get the kill, of course. A little too early. Trying to get the roll in. Good grab. Very good grab. Side B for the pop-up right now. Prominence Revolt, a little too early on that. Good F smash, powering right through the F smash with the Rage Drive. Super strong. The armor is going to be super strong on that. 135% left, though. Oh, no. Trying to catch the roll in. And Prominence Revolt is going to take the final stock. Putting Post down to 7. And Hanover down to 9. So still a 2-stock difference. That Rage Drive actually did so much work in maintaining this stock. And essentially, they don't lose any sort of lead. It did so much work. It's like thievery at that point. I'm like hyper surprised that the armor was able to power through something like that. But then in this game, there's different kinds of armor. There's percentage-based armor, there's knockback-based armor, and then there's just certain moves that just take whatever hit. And I guess that move is just one that takes whatever hit. Ah, okay. Okay. And so now, Shadow is going to be up now. And Shadow gets to ban 3 stages from the listing. Now, so... And I will say, I'm actually very surprised by how well Shadow was able to work that stage. I will say, sure, the lead didn't... In normal circumstances, that lead would be reduced at this point. Of course, the armor came into play and that lead maintained. But Shadow worked the neutral on that stage very well. It had a very strong punish game. I feel like at this point, I was proven a bit wrong about the stage choice. So, good on Shadow for that. So, at this point, though, you have to be very careful about how you want to allow your opponent to play neutral in certain ways. You have to be very careful about the stage pick. So, in this case, Post is banning Final Destination, Kalos, and Town. Final Destination, Kalos, and Town. So, opting to get rid of the flatter stages in the lineup, which I think can be reasonable. Especially if you are not the most familiar against certain matchups that can really maintain those flat stages. I am fine with that. I think that's smart. It's not like Pyra Mythra are like necessarily bad on any individual stage. I don't know. It's like, for me personally, I see that character and I'm like, I mean, it's the smaller stages that really throw me off when it comes to Pyra Mythra. It's fine though. They can do well on any stage. It's fine. So it's really at that point, go with whatever you're familiar with. So it's like, if you don't like the flatter stages, don't pick the flatter stages. Ban them. Get them out of here. Sayonara! Get out of here. And so now we're going to small battlefield against Lucina. Lucina, here's another character. Lucina, I feel like Lucina gets more and more rare over time. And it's not because Lucina is a bad character. Lucina is probably one of the strongest characters in the game. It's just Lucina is relatively basic. She's a very bread and butter character with some strong neutral capability. And I think people over time get bored of a character like that. I think Lucina is super cool. I love it when there's a really good Lucina. And on a very neutral stage, such a small battlefield, let's get it going. F tilt. Side B. Playing some good neutral right now. Nair's gonna... Just some little footsies right now. Trying to keep, both players are trying to keep their distance, not overcommit to anything necessarily. Oh, trying to get the roll in with that ups tilt. Ooh, caught the jump. And there it is. You got to be very careful where you jump in this game off stage. It makes it so that, you know, if you burn your jump, you might die early, just like that. Oh no, F smash, and is there a jump? And the jump got snuffed out. Shadow needs to play the pressure. When you hit a jump like that, you cannot let your opponent drift to ledge, because one more hit and they're done. Oh, that's going to be a grab. F throw, going to catch the jump. Yes, catch jump. Be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. You can catch the jump again. Catch the jump, catch the jump. And F smash is going to get the kill, putting the stock difference. Well, stock difference is gone. There's no stock difference anymore. But can... no, and the counter is going to get it. Oh, no, not quite. Yeah, it's still... Very good counter. But now the stock difference is down to 1. So post is down to 6 stocks. While Hanover is down to 7. Now, Lucina is one of the strongest neutral-based characters in the game. Just incredibly well-rounded, considering all things in this game. There's not a single really bad stage that Lucina can really go to. It's just a matter of what you think your character can do when going into such a matchup. So in this case, we're going to be getting Wildfire going into this. So the bands are Smashville, Hollow, and Kalos. Smashville, Hollow, and Kalos. If I was Plant, I might play Pokemon Stadium 2. Larger stage, make Lucina come to you a little bit, you know? That might work decently well. I would say. Play the distance, make your traps, make them come to you. I would say Pokemon Stadium 2, personally. But you got to make sure you get the lead in the first neutral interaction. In this case, though, we're going Battlefield instead. You know what? That's not a bad pick either, because Patui is a vertical attack. You know, if you get your opponent on top of you, makes it kind of nice to have those platforms to work with.
3, 2, 1,
and
go!
Here we go. Here comes the SDs.
Come at me.
And here we go. Oh, Wildfire is really deciding to go in hard on this right now off the start. Going for the aggressive neutral. And I will say, though, that smoke screen does so much damage. Quick 54%. Rolling in to get hit by that up tilt. Ooh, that up tilt has so much range. Doing so much work right now. Wildfire's having a really tough time landing. No, you gotta land farther than that. You're playing the triangle right now. You can't get stuck in those blenders like that. Dash attack off stage. Trying to read the roll in. Trying to cover as many options as possible. Down air for the weak hit though. Oh, good shield. You got to be so careful. How about those counters? Because they can stall out on certain hitboxes like that. Up throw. Oh, Patui's not going to be enough to catch that jump. Lucina jumps a little higher than that. Ooh. At tilt, off stage. 147, 148 on Lucina. Up smash to catch the landing in turn. I feel like that's a little bit of a revenge for landing into like 5 up tilts in a row. It's like, well, we'll just land right into my up smash. I'm going to call it out. And that is going to put the lead non-existent. Hanover down to 6 and Post University down to 6. You got to be careful, though, because now Plant can pretty easily get counterpicked in a lot of matchups here. As Plant... I don't know. I don't know. Does Plant want a ban? I feel like the majority of... I don't know. I guess you ban like Hollow Bastion, you ban like Smashville. I don't know. Because I feel like those stages could work too. I feel like it's just so character dependent. I don't even know what Plant bans. I don't. So the bans are FD, Kalos, and Pokemon Stadium 2. So they don't want to play on larger stages. They don't want to play on flat stages. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. That makes sense, especially if you happen to play against a zoner. The flatter stages can really mess you up. I agree. It's probably for the best. And now we're going back to small battlefield. Very neutral stage. And let's see who Hanover is going to be sending in for this round. Oh, it looks like Hanover is having a little bit of a controller issue right now. So we're just going to be waiting around a little bit for them. If it gets to be a little too long, I can always hop in for a match and keep things open. These arenas do time out after a certain period of time. But I don't think it will get to that point. I will say, if they bring in... There it is, Wii Fit Trainer. Wildfire will need to be careful. Wildfire probably does need to play a bit more aggressively if it is Wii Fit Trainer. Got to play the mid-range a little bit more to try and get away with Sun Salutation. But it's just a tough situation because you're attempting to brawl against deep breathing. It's just not a great thing to really deal with. Quick 31% right now, though. the jumps being getting hot. Ooh, I actually really liked that attempt from Patui to land where you were going. These defensive Patuis are very good, very strong. Good shield. Oh my, that down air is going to get snuffed out by that up smash again. You just be careful about how you land, because that up smash is going to do so much work. And here comes the berry into the up smash, and that is going to be first stock. 52% on Wii Fit Trainer. Going for the grab. Up throw. Throwing Patui the wrong way. Up tilt. We're getting the roll in. Volleyball is doing so much damage. Already 94% on plant. Oh no, the back hit of volleyball. You don't see it coming, landing into the up smash. We're going to salute that sun. Praise the sun. Catch. Good catching of that, landing into the up smash. Make it so it's not a 3 stock. Ooh, really good Patui to prevent that down air. I love the dash attack. The dash attack is so funny on Piranha Plant. I love it. You know what might work in this matchup too is like crouching underneath a lot of these jumps that Wii Fit has. That back air is going to get the little pop off stage. And going for a little bit of a jab touch right there. Up tilt. Ooh, drag down a Patui. Not going to be quite enough. And that's going to be a bunning. No punish. And the F tilt is going to not quite be enough. I thought that was going to be just enough. Going for the grab. Oh, no, don't let go of the jab. No! Never let go of the jab at that part of the stage because they can grab you right out of it. No, you got to let that jab keep going. When you let that jab keep going, you actually shift away and it makes it a little harder for them to actually get the grab. You're still probably going to get punished, but you don't want to get grabbed out of a jab, ever. You almost never want to get grabbed. You're probably going to be in a much worse situation than you would be if you just held the jab out. And then let it, as soon as you get max distance, then you let it drop. But that is going to put Post down to their... It's going to put Post down to their last 3 stocks. And I believe Hanover down to 5. Correct me if I'm wrong out there, but I believe Hanover's at 5 stocks now. I am pretty certain. I could be wrong, though. And the bands are going to be Smashville, FD, and Town and City. I'm very surprised they would leave Hollow Bastion open, though they might know something that I do not about the matchup coming up. Because we are getting Astro. And Astro is going to be a Hollow Bastion stand, I'm pretty sure. I am like 99% certain they're going to be able to pick Hollow Bastion now that it's left open. But we will see. We will see. Not to say that it's not going to be a tough matchup. I still believe it will be. This Wii Fit trainer has proven themselves more than capable. Oh, we're going to Battlefield. Really? Battlefield? What is Astro thinking? Not this. No, I don't mean that like derogatorily. I mean, I'm actually like legitimately wondering what's going through Astro's head right now. Because they're not going to pick just Battlefield for no reason. They have a specific reason, and I'm just not privy to it. So let's go. They really want that extra platform. They do not want Wii Fit Trainer hiding underneath it. Probably didn't want Wii Fit hiding underneath the middle platform in one way or the other. Ooh, that Nair powering right through that. Going for the grab. Okay. Very smart recovery, getting away from that down air. There's the berry. Oh. You have to be very careful how you land on platforms against this character. Be very careful. Dash attack, gonna get the pop up. High recovery, but the air dodge is gonna really holding on to that air dodge, and the up air is gonna snuff out that jump. Being above Wii Fit is so tough. You want to be on the ground as much as you can, and here comes the fair combos into the neutral air, and that's gonna be another stock. Oh my god! What follow-ups? Side B, not gonna be quite enough. And there's Revenge. And the F tilt. Revenge cross state mid stage though. Up air, 143% on Wii Fit. Astro down to their last stock. There. Not quite gonna get punished that back air. Yeah, Wii Fit can just kind of stall Nair. Not gonna be quite enough. These ledge stalls are just too much. Yeah. When you get like ledge stalls like that, it's very hard to like figure out a proper thing to do, especially when you're a character like Incineroar who doesn't have like an answer for like a lot of these offstage antics. But that is going to be Hanover taking it 2-0 over Post University today. 2-0 over Post. Not the, it's gonna be one of those things where with every kind of match like this, we like take it in stride, learn a little bit for the next time around, but it's only the first match of the season, and there's definitely plenty of room for Post to, get their stride going into the season. And all in all, though, I will say that second round especially was very nice. It was a very solid showing. The stock difference wasn't the biggest ever. But, hey, we take it where we can get it, So, but thank you all for joining us tonight. This has been Post University versus Hanover College on the first week of ECAC Smash. And tomorrow, we are starting off the CACC season. I'm not sure who we're playing tomorrow. I think has not been determined yet, but that's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. So we're going to see you. It's either going to be on this channel or Post U Esports 2. And I'll be commentating that as well. So we will see you tomorrow, hopefully, for CACC Week 1 for Post University. I've been Frisco, and I'll see you later. Y'all have a good night. Love you.